Hey, this is Rob from DODGE FUSKI, and you're in tune to Bass Island.
So I'm here tonight with Robin from DODGE FUSKI. Welcome to Milan.
Thank you very much. It's very nice to be here.
Is that your first time in Italy?
No, I was in Turin about a month ago, but it's first time in Milan.
Oh,
So, yeah,
I
yeah.
see. Okay. So in just over 2 years, you've become one of the coolest acts in dubstep and electronic music. So where did DODGE FUSKI start from, and what's next for DODGE FUSKI?
Okay, DODGE FUSKI started, I guess it started about 2 years ago, but the name started 2 years ago. Me and Chris Fuski have been making music for about 8 years. We met in college, so it's kind of started then, really. But what's next? We've got a big remix actually going up in UKF tomorrow. I'm probably still not allowed to say what that is until it's up, but you'll see. It'll be up by the time this is up. We're working on a big EP at the moment, which will probably be out in the summer. There's some collabs on there. Again, can't mention anything, but there's some cool stuff coming up. And there's most noticeably gig-wise, I guess there's a big USA tour in June. So that's like the most exciting thing.
The one with Schism, right?
Yeah, exactly. We've got we're doing an album, like a Never Say Die album with UKF. So we're doing like a big tour to promote that.
You'll be touring for how long in the States?
The States a month. So yeah, that'd be cool. I don't know how many dates yet. I think it's gonna be about 15 or 20, but we'll see.
So, first of all, let's talk about producing. What do you use to produce? What software? What plugins?
Keybase. Mostly. We dabbled with other stuff, but generally it's Keybase. You use lots of native instrument synths, so you use Massive. We tend to use FM8 a little bit just because it's the trendy thing to do, but to be honest, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So I use a lot of presets but from that, and but various other things, like I use Silent, and Nexus is great for kind of presets. But for making noises, like we make everything in Massive. If we're gonna, obviously lots of people use like kind of preset piano noises and stuff like that, but when it comes to making bass noises, you kind of have to make your own, so that's what we use Massive for.
And what do you use to play live in your shows? Do you improvise a lot, or?
We tried using like live percussion like tambourines, but people didn't take us seriously, so we just stuck to using decks now. So I use 3 CDJs, and that's pretty much it. And if I get drunk enough, my voice. It depends.
What's the wildest or the funniest thing that happened in a live gig?
I can't single something out, you know. It's like we haven't had any particularly ridiculous things happen at gigs, if I'm honest, you know. It's just the usual stuff like crowd surfing and pouring bottles of vodka in people's eyes and stuff like that in the crowd, you know. Pretty usual.
You're a bit like in the video of Python.
Yeah, pretty much that. To be honest, I mean, we've been touring like a year. I don't think we've had enough time for something particularly ridiculous. It's not the first time I've been asked this question, so I either need to make a really good story up or just you know, give it a bit more time. I'm sure some stuff will happen.
Maybe tonight.
Maybe, you never know. It's got to be sometime, eh?
And how do you guys actually work in the studio? Alternate? What's the chemistry between you?
Most of the time, we'll work on stuff. We'll kind of work on bits, and we'll send them to each other over email. We used to like work together and sit next to each other all the time for all the remixes we did like that. But we've just found the output's got a lot better when we can just focus, because one person's always just kind of going along with the other one otherwise. So all the recent stuff like this new remix that's coming up, Python and tunes like that, were all made one at a time. We weren't sat next to each other to make any of those tunes.
What other artists would you like to collaborate with? Are there any particular artists?
Yeah, there's a few, and we are, so I can't really say again. There's a few. I guess I can mention there's one or two of the Circus Boys. That's kind of, without being too specific, that we've got some plans with. And there's an old drum and bass legend who wrote one of the biggest drum and bass tunes that's ever been made, who we're doing a collab with. Again, I can't say who, but it's, you know, it's no small producer, so I'm pretty excited about that.
So we'll be looking forward to that.
Yeah, as long as it all works out. I hope I don't say this and then never, you know, you never know with collabs. They might not come to anything.
Fingers
Fingers crossed. I'm sure they will though. So probably sometime around the summer you'll know a bit more about that.
Wicked. Okay, so thank you very much.
Cool, no problem. It's a pleasure.